Do you feel heard? He was 6'5", 300 pounds, 15 years old. We were in the kitchen and it was time for a high stakes conversation. We tuned in and I turned to my son and said, Jacob, what would you like for your after high school experience? Then I listened all in, the way my Grandma Helga had done. With certainty and clarity, he announced, Mom, I'd like to go someplace strong in math and science, and if I could, play on a good football team. Is there a place that has both? I heard Jacob beyond his words, beyond his body language, to that deeply insightful part of him that was calling forth a life of great possibilities. A single parent from the time he was 10, Jacob and I knew early on it would be up to the two of us to finance whatever was to follow high school. And at times that felt daunting. Standing side by side at the kitchen counter, my heart racing as he opens the registered letter. Jacob had earned a full scholarship. He would end up leaving Nebraska to become a Georgia Tech offensive lineman. Possibilities unleashed. Jacob did all the work, academically and physically. I simply walked alongside him, holding the space for possibility and listening. Being heard is powerful because we are hardwired to thrive when we feel seen and heard and supported by others, period. And the problem is we don't feel heard. Like many of us, I have felt the pain of loneliness and I long to be heard. From 3 years old on, I lived on the second floor of a mansion in a small country town. Second floor because my family converted the first floor into a bustling restaurant with banging and clanging and late night bar crowds beneath my bedroom every night. It was chaos, and my parents were not emotionally available. Hopes of escaping the wild family dysfunction were crushed when my high school guidance counselor said, Terri, you're a small town girl. You get lost in a big city. Your best bet is to go to secretarial school and work for your family restaurant. That was a death sentence for my spirit. I felt like my future was being ripped away. After sleepless nights, I turned to my Grandma Helga. And in her presence, we were in a safe, warm, delicious bubble. Through her all-in listening, my potential was set free. I eventually ended up on a TEDx stage and at the White House twice. What I know for sure is that deep listening is the key to unleashing potential and softening the loneliness epidemic. When we don't feel heard, the whole fact of feeling lonely and isolated is compounded. According to Cigna, over half of the American population is lonely, and the health implications of loneliness are equivalent to smoking 15 cigarettes a day, with health risk now exceeding those of obesity. This broke my heart, and so I listened, and I analyzed research. And from that, I gained insights that helped me to develop a holistic approach that's called Soulful Listening. The 5 easily repeatable elements inspire evolutionary listening. The first element of soulful listening is self-care. And it's more than a bubble bath. And I help leaders to understand it also includes things like, how are we talking to ourselves? And how are we setting healthy boundaries? And it sets us up for understanding that it's a gift that we give not only to ourselves, but to others. And from this, we can move on to the second element of soulful listening, and that's becoming fully present. Imagine we've all been in situations where we can almost see a bubble above a person's head with a list of things they're thinking about. We feel it. And becoming present might not be as easy as we think. So at live events, I love to share an experience of becoming present. The way we'll do that today is to take 3 intentional breaths by breathing in through our nose to the count of 4, holding, and then out through our mouth to the count of 6. But before we do that, check in with your body. Move around a little bit. I want to see it move around a little bit. Yeah, like that. Okay, let's begin. Breathe in through your nose. Hold, and out through your mouth. Again, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A third time. Notice the warmth in your heart area. Hold, and out. Check in with your body now. The energy has shifted. We are all more fully in our bodies now. When we truly take care of ourselves and become fully present, we bring a quality of grace and compassion into our interactions, which sets us up for the third element of soulful listening, quantum listening. If active listening and empathy had a love child, it would be this element of soulful listening. And it's all in, where we listen with every fiber of our being, through every source we have available, through our eyes, our ears, our heart, our intuition, to more than just words. And when we connect on this deeper level, we often gain insights, especially when we enter with a state of curiosity and openness, with a higher degree of emotional intelligence, as opposed to playing out both sides of a conversation in our head before it even begins. In the past, that may have sounded something like, oh, he'll say this, I'll say that, it's going to end like this, which never turns out well, right? And as we gain insights, we all have access to resources and connections that can be of enormous value to another. And so this leads us into the 5th and final element of soulful listening, and that is the feedback loop. And feedback means letting a person know that you've taken inspired action on their behalf, no strings attached. And as the 5 elements are repeated, they embed integrity and confidence within our relationships. And I want to circle back to the 4th element, which is inspired action, and you've heard that mentioned a few times today. So inspired action is really, really taking action. It's more than a polite head nod. It's taking action on insights we've gained through meaningful conversations. And again, and then the feedback loop, you'd let a person know that you have taken action on their behalf. And as these 5 elements are repeated, integrity and confidence are embedded within your relationships. So back to Jacob. He became a doctor of physical therapy and is now the head of human performance development, working exclusively with the elite Navy SEALs in San Diego. Possibilities unleashed. Imagine a world where we all feel heard, where relationships flourish, loneliness is diminished, and greater human potential is realized. Before your next important conversation, take a breath and listen. Thank you.